Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Abe spent New Year's Eve with Polina at their penthouse, where they were hosted by Chanel. When he couldn't recall any of his previous years, Abe claimed he hadn't wanted to start a new year. Abe noticed that Polina hadn't consumed any alcohol as they raised a glass of champagne together. Polina reported experiencing strange symptoms. Polina attempted to minimize her symptoms while Abe prepared tea for her. Polina revealed that she had received a hypothyroidism diagnosis. In an attempt to appear positive, Polina said that she had had a biopsy to determine whether or not she had cancer. Abe grasped for Polina's hands in an attempt to comfort her. Polina was a strong woman, according to Abe. Polina mentioned that Chanel was there to provide assistance. Abe was taken aback when Polina abruptly requested that he leave. Polina thought that Abe's desire to stay with her was solely motivated by sympathy. Polina replied that Abe saw her simply as some acquaintance, to which Abe retaliated. Polina begged Abe to go, saying that whatever she was to him wasn't enough. "Well, that's unfortunate." "That's very bad," I said. With all of my resolve, Abe stated, "There is no way in hell that I am going to let the woman I love go through something without my support." Polina was shocked by what Abe had said. Did you just say, the woman you love?" she inquired. "I certainly did. Polina Price, you have my affection. Polina Price Carver, I adore you. I love you," Abe uttered several times. After kissing for a while, Abe and Polina shared a pleasant giggle. Nicole and EJ rang in the new year with a kiss at the DiMera mansion, with fireworks popping in the distance. Nicole asked EJ what they should do for the remainder of the evening after they had shared a toast. Nicole and EJ decided to make love. EJ and Nicole were upstairs, slowly undressing on the bed. Nicole was climbed upon by EJ, and they shared a passionate kiss. Then EJ and Nicole held each other close in their arms. Nicole declared that she thought she was back, and that Marlena's therapy session had helped her appreciate all of her blessings, particularly Holly. According to EJ, Nicole was a gift from God. EJ went on to say that he and Nicole would have a great year in 2024, and they made love once again. Nicole later expressed her desire to stay up late and wait for Holly to get home. EJ also consented to stay up late for Holly. Brady was at the bistro when Tate sent him an urgent text, pleading for assistance. After a little while, Ava told Stefan in a whisper that Holly had overdosed on the loading dock. Theresa, who had been standing next to Alex, heard what Ava was saying. Theresa became agitated and inquired about Tate's whereabouts. A distraught Tate had seen Holly writhing on the ground with foam around her mouth on the loading dock outside the bistro. When a police officer discovered Tate and Holly together, she saw that Holly was having trouble breathing. After determining that Holly had overdosed, the police questioned Tate about what Holly had taken. Tate, overcome with panic, stumbled to say he was unaware. The policewoman begged Holly to remain alert as she dialed for an ambulance. Moments thereafter, a phalanx of police and emergency personnel came, laying an unconscious Holly on a stretcher. Brady ran to Tate after discovering him. Brady questioned Tate about the incident. Tate thought back to the state that Holly had been in. Tate was terrified, but Brady flung his arms around him and reassured his kid that everything will be ok. Brady begged Tate to share with him everything that transpired that evening. The cop returned, and Tate produced the bag of pills that Holly had been holding. "I'll take those," declared the policeman. The drugs the police had collected from Tate were given to Harris and Rafe when they arrived on the scene. When Rafe discovered that Holly was the one who overdosed and that she had been in possession of the drugs, he was shocked. Nicole was called by Rafe to inform her that Holly had overdosed. Rafe continued by saying that Holly had received doses of naloxone, a drug that may quickly cure an opioid overdose. Harris inquired nearby as to whether Ava or Stefan had earlier that evening seen any drugs or drug-related items. Both Ava and Stefan reported not seeing anything. If Ava and Stefan found out anything, Harris requested them to call him. Harris departed. Once inside the bistro, Ava complained that handling the drug operation for Clyde with Stefan was too much for her to handle. Stefan maintained that neither Ava nor he were to blame for Holly's overdose. "Tell me, Stefan, if your nighttime sleep patterns haven't changed. You claim not to be sick to your stomach every morning when you get up." With a tone full of contempt, Ava added, "You tell me that, and I know you're a damn liar." Stefan conceded that Ava had a point. Though Stefan bemoaned being pulled into this scenario with Ava, he reasoned that Clyde had them both in a chokehold. "I apologize for Holly's ordeal." "Yes, I am. However, there's no turning around," Stefan remarked. Stefan suggested that he and Ava return home to recover. "We must correct the narratives we tell. Neither of us heard or saw anything that may be considered unlawful." "You understand that?" stated Stefan. Ella gave a nod of approval. When Stefan's phone rang, he saw that Statesville was the caller. Ava inquired as to if Gabby may be calling, and an alert according to Stefan. Gabby was prohibited from making phone calls in the wee hours of the morning. Stefan figured it had to be Clyde making the call. Alva worriedly stroked her head. Tate was shook to hear that Holly had been admitted to the hospital's trauma unit by the nurses' station. Tate was led by Brady to the adjacent waiting room. Tate remembered that Holly had become agitated when he had declined to take her medication. Tate said that Holly had gone into the restroom after taking the tablets. Tate went on, "And all I did was wish that she would calm down. I eventually started searching for her, but I was unable to locate her in any place. I searched the entire bistro before locating her in the rear. Furthermore, Dad, she was trembling. She was trembling and puking profusely when this police officer suddenly shone a light in my face." Brady was questioned. "Dad, I'm in big trouble, aren't I?" by a tired Tate. Nickel got off the elevator just then. Nickel inquired about Holly's whereabouts after spotting Brady and Tate. Brady reported that Holly had been admitted to the ward for trauma. Nickel exited the elevator with Alex and Theresa, heading off to find Holly. Theresa tried to console Tate by giving him a quick hug. Tate was still clearly upset. Theresa heard Alex say to her that Tate hadn't seen a doctor. Alex went on to say that he thought Tate had used drugs. Theresa strongly objected, claiming that Alex was unfamiliar with her kid. Theresa became enraged and told Alex to go. Alex nodded and promised to follow up with Theresa later. Theresa attempted to politely inquire as to whether Tate had taken drugs after Alex had departed. Rafe arrived before Tate could respond, and he inquired about Holly's status. Brady stated that there was still no news to report. Nickel entered the exam room just as a nurse was getting ready to shock Holly with a defibrillator. After being informed that Nickel had to wait outside, Nickel watched in horror as Tripp attempted to resuscitate an unconscious Holly. Not long after, Tripp discovered Nickel outside the room. Tripp reported that although he was able to stabilize Holly, there were still issues. Holly utilizes a ventilator. Nickel was shocked to hear Tripp say, "She went into a coma." Thanks for watching if you liked this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.